This April, it is 5 years since Norway and Russia agreed on a delimitation line in the Barents Sea. Barents Observer asked former Norwegian Foreign Minister Jonas Gahr Støre to comment the importance of this agreement 5 years after the signing, and how he sees Russia's current leadership in comparison to the leadership that they negotiated with in 2010.
Well, first, the leadership is pretty much the same. The Prime Minister then now is President, the Foreign Minister is still Foreign Minister, so they're part of the same leadership. Secondly, I think this was a very important treaty for many, many reasons. And let me mention just a few. It was an issue we had negotiated during 40 years, and it was good that we could conclude. Secondly, it demonstrated that Norway and Russia have shared interest in following established procedures of international law between neighbors. Because the Treaty of the Law of the Sea clearly says that if there is overlapping claims, you sit down and you negotiate an agreement. That is what we did. Thirdly, I think it demonstrated that this is also Russia. Russia in the Arctic, in this perspective, is playing according to the rules. Fourthly, we agreed a very modern treaty. A very modern treaty with provisions for energy, fisheries, and the line was drawn according to the most modern principles in international law. And lastly, it showed the contrasts of Russia. In August 2008, Russia went to war with a neighbor in the Caucasus, Georgia. In April 2010, it signed a negotiated agreement with another neighbor in the north, Norway. So it illustrates to me that Russia does not have one neighborhood policy, but it has different policy with many neighbors. And Norway should really take advantage of this constructive partnership, never being naive about what it means to be next to a big country with stronger military muscles and resources, but still being very principled in referring to the principles of international law.
And a follow-up question. How do you see the role of local stakeholders, the region itself, the Barents Cooperation? What role can these stakeholders play in a bigger political context?
Well, I think these last 25 years tells all about it. In 1990, almost no contact. 4,000 crossing the border every year. Every since then, there has been more contact, more people traveling, more people investing, more people meeting. And now 350,000 crossing the border. And the border in itself, the station, is a bottleneck, where it used to be a rather empty place. So I think the sequence here is important. You have to have people-to-people contacts in order to get all those other relations going. But let us admit, it is not an easy neighborhood. And Norway has very different neighborhoods. We have the Nordic neighbors. This is more like a family. And we have Russia. But I think the vision has to be that we can continue to develop those relationships if we also are, coming up with ideas and proposals on how to do it.